Alright, y'all can kind of see what my day looks like. So I'm here in Sacramento. There's a little mall across the street. Some kind of Asian restaurant. Yeah, we got some rain going on. I'm going to turn this around and we'll talk. Alright, y'all can see me. Alright, people. Second video I guess I'm going to do today. You can tell I'm a little bored, but I can knock something out. This video is going to be about weed or stuff you smoke and a little bit about Grumpy. Okay? And it's going to talk about priorities. That's how Grumpy is going to get bridged into this. So, I have talked to several people behind the scenes. Some people have reached out to me talking about they're going to come into the industry or they're thinking about it. But they done smoked something. I have others who I know who are in the industry and they got pulled for a random and they smoked something, so they ended up quitting the company before they completed the random. Good jobs too, because they decided they needed to smoke something, and some of these people are maybe 40, 45 years old. I've had other people reach out to me who have smoked in the past and wanted to come into the industry and took the time to get cleaned up. People, and this is just my Trucker Doll's opinion when it comes to this. I've never smoked anything in my life. I don't smoke cigarettes. I've never smoked anything illegal. The most I've ever done, like I told you, is alcohol and any prescription drugs that were prescribed to me. I've never done any illegal substance. Zero. I'm not here to judge people who have. To me, it's a little crazy, but, I understand people do all sorts of stuff, either peer pressure or experimenting or whatever all you do. However, what I'm going to tell you is this. When you reach a certain age and you are what I call an adult, you got to choose what are your priorities in life. And if this is an industry or whatever industry you want to come into and you know they're going to drug test, and I can tell you a lot of major corporations drug test, then it would behoove you to not do drugs. I got a niece of mine who another niece peed in a tube or whatever to help her out because she's a smoker and she don't want to stop smoking. Well, don't you do that again, because it's a priority. If your priority is to get your shiznit straight and to have a decent job, then I'm not understanding why you can't stop smoking weed. I don't understand. You want to eat, you want to pay your rent, your bills, whatever, you want to succeed in life, you need to stop smoking the shit. I'm sorry. And so anybody who contacts me and you say, oh, and then you don't want to stop smoking, don't even contact me. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time, because to me it's very simple. I don't see how you can't stop smoking some damn weed. To me, it's something anyway that probably teenagers do to experiment, and there's a point where when you grow up, Bible says basically children do childish things, but when a man or a woman grows up, then they become an adult and they put childish things aside. Those are childish things that should be put aside. I'm sorry. You now want to pay rent, you want to probably buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to have a decent life, which means having a decent job, when in most cases means you shouldn't be smoking. And if you are, maybe you need to go work for one of these dispensaries that are becoming legal in certain states. Or maybe you should go to where they're growing the stuff, and maybe that's what you want to do. If you can find work in that industry, and if that's what you want to do you. But I really have a problem if you can't stop smoking stuff. Stop smoking stuff. Okay? It just makes no sense. And to some of the people who have reached out to me who have stopped, who are now in going through trucking school, congratulations, and who've made those changes, I commend you. Because to me, it's a mature adult choice to say, you know what, there's more I want in life, and smoking marijuana is not what I want to rule my life. I mean, it's just, there's a point of growing up. You just need to grow up. Grumpy Smurf, and this is again kind of on the priorities, and that's really what this video probably should be called. So I'm going to do the tires when I get back to Lubbock. I'm going to get them used ones. I'm not getting them new ones. I'd asked him a week ago, whatever, because I heard a squeal when you hit the brakes. Oh, I never heard it. But then right before I left, he told me, oh yeah, I've heard that. And I'm like, well, you know that's your brakes. He does. It was a lie. So because he's not taking care of his shiznit, I'm going to try to get my own bucket and not use his shiznit, because it's eventually going to fall apart because he don't take care of nothing. Because when you turn the wheel, you're a clunk. and that probably is CV boot. And eventually, when it goes bad, he's like, "Well, I ain't, you can't do that if you're broke." I said, "No, you're not broke. You just don't have good priorities. Your financial priorities are bad, and that is not. It's not a priority for him. He doesn't care. This is not a priority for Monty Smith. It's not a priority for him. So if the car falls apart, I don't know. I guess he's going to have to call somebody from the church to take him to the doctor. He's going to call a cab. It's going to cost him way more than what it would have cost him to do a general brake job, than what it would cost him to replace the CV boots. But it's more important because I don't want to cook for myself, and I want to throw bars of soap away, and it's just something is seriously wrong. And, that's priorities. I look at him and I probably could write a book called Lessons of My Earthly Father from God. And this one would be on waste, of being blessed with something and totally wasting what you're blessed with. It's the same thing. A lot of you guys are blessed with some gifts and skills where you could probably be successful in this or any business, but it's more important for you to smoke a joint or smoke some weed or do some kind of drug. It's priorities. What are your priorities? And, I'm looking at a 70-year-old who acts like a freaking 2-year-old. Shit, 2-year-olds got better priorities than he does. And, I want it my way. I'm going to do it this way, even if your way is ass backwards. Even if your way is a detriment to you. We've got to make different choices, people. And, what I don't want to see you to become is like my 70-year-old father who sits there and, I don't want to, or be somebody 70-year-old still smoking joints and shit because you can't have priorities and you don't get anywhere in life because the places that you could have gotten have been basically blocked because of your childish choices. When you were a child, you acted as a child. But now that you're an adult, you need to act like an adult and put away childish things. Don't be Grumpy Smurf. Don't. Try not to be. Anyway, y'all, this is just a quick vid. And I've heard from some of you guys regarding the little BB gun thing, so happy that works for some of y'all. I'm going to go take a look at it myself because I'm curious. But anyway, y'all be blessed. 2 and 2. And I'll holler at you. Oh, AT&T. I got to get back to the house and get the new SIM card for it, but they got the account set up. And then in a couple weeks from now, I'll be going to get the iPhone. Now, what I did have a problem with is that they're telling me they don't have a hotspot past 100 gigabytes, and I have to have a whole separate device that is set up for the hotspot. So, I'll be working on that here shortly, too. Anyway, y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed.